After the roof collapsed at a nightclub in Santo Domingo. Good afternoon. I'm Jessica Formoso. Welcome to the News Block. Those stories in just a moment, but let's bring in Liv Johnson for a look at the first forecast. Liv, pretty nice out today.
It's okay. Yeah, it's about as nice as it's going to get for the next few days, and that's not saying much. 46 degrees in New York, same thing out on Long Island. We're looking at 45 down the shore in New Jersey. Some of us have crossed into the 50s, but just barely. Hartford, Bridgeport, Poughkeepsie sitting at 50 degrees. We'll only get a couple degrees warmer than this. Expected high is 51 for New York City today. Some of us stuck in the 40s, and to put that into perspective, our average high this time of year is about 59 to 60 degrees. Wind speeds have also picked up, so we do have a little bit of a wind chill at play. Right now, wind speeds between 10-20 miles per hour, but gusting closer to 20-25, and those strong winds are going to continue, especially tomorrow. Rain is going to start probably around our commute time, 5-6 p.m., but it gets stronger as we get into those later hours. It lasts through the overnight, becoming a bit spotty in those early morning hours tomorrow, but still expect some rainfall for your commute. And lasts pretty much all through Friday, again picking up for our later afternoon into the evening, and at times it could be heavy. Takes us even into Saturday, and still a little bit of rain on Sunday. Jessica.
Thanks, Liv. Developing news, another incident at Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C. This is a live look at the airport right now. Earlier, two planes reportedly bumped wings on the runway. We're told there were no injuries. They were both American Airlines flights. One was headed to Charleston, South Carolina, and the other one right here to JFK. That plane was carrying several local members of Congress, including Richie Torres and Nick LaLota of New York and Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey. Again, everyone is okay. We will have a full report on this situation coming up on the 5 o'clock news. More developing news, this time involving the deportation against Columbia student Mahmoud Khalil. According to the Associated Press, the federal government has submitted a brief memo in response to the judge's order seeking evidence on why he should be deported. The memo reportedly cites the Trump administration's authority to expel non-citizens whose presence in the country damages U.S. foreign policy interests. It does not cite any criminal activity on the part of Khalil. The judge has threatened to dismiss the case if the government does not provide sufficient evidence in this case. Mayor Adams and NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch announcing a new quality of life division within the department. This means specifically trained officers who will work to improve police presence to quality of life concerns. These are issues that might be called into 311, like noise complaints, illegal parking, outdoor drug use, and issues with the homeless. The announcement was made in Gramercy Park, which is one of the 5 precincts included in the first phase of the project.
Today is about improving the quality of life for everyday New Yorkers in their neighborhoods, on their blocks, and at their front doors. It's about addressing conditions that have plagued our communities for years, and finally having a consistent, coordinated plan at the local level to do something about it.
Officials say quality of life complaints have increased across the 5 boroughs over the past 6 years. A rally taking place in front of City Hall today against City Hall's move to let ICE return to Rikers Island. The demonstrators say they fear ICE's presence in the jail would lead to more deportations. They also raise concerns over the conditions at Rikers, which they claim contributed to the death of 5 inmates there in the past 6 weeks. They want the mayor to focus on closing Rikers for good.
Get people off that island, close it down, and get new jails up and running in the boroughs. Instead, he is doing all sorts of tricks, courting MAGA.
Meanwhile, the city council will vote shortly on a resolution to sue the mayor, claiming the move to bring ICE back is a sanctuary law violation. But the mayor's office says the executive order was written to comply with the state's sanctuary law. We continue to follow developing news out of the Dominican Republic. Authorities have ended their rescue operation and turned to recovery efforts. Officials say the death toll in the roof collapse at Jet Set nightclub has climbed to 221 and over 200 people are injured. The nightclub is located in Santo Domingo, was packed with people attending a merengue concert headed by Ruby Perez. It was early Tuesday morning when the roof collapsed. Officials say it's too early to determine why or how this happened. Meanwhile, what's happened in the Dominican Republic is tough for the Dominican community here in the tri-state. A small memorial has been set up in front of the United Palace in Washington Heights, a venue that's hosted famous Dominican acts like Ruby Perez. Residents in Washington Heights are heartbroken over what has happened.
We are devastated. It's a lot of life, and those people pass away doing something that is so used to us, having fun, being with family, spending time together, and singing our music out loud.
Meanwhile, in Passaic, New Jersey, the family of 24-year-old Jennifer Contreras are anxiously awaiting news about their loved one. They believe she was at Jet Set nightclub during the roof collapse and haven't heard from her since.
My family, we all talked to her on Monday, earlier in the day, and the last time we got on the phone with her was Monday around 9 p.m.
Crews are still searching for any potential survivors. No one has been found alive since Tuesday afternoon. House Republicans approved the multi-trillion-dollar budget framework. This means the party can start working on legislation to enact key elements of President Trump's agenda. The next step is for both the House and the Senate to work on a final version. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he hopes to have something on the president's desk by Memorial Day. The blueprint passed in the House by a slim 216 to 214 margin. President Trump says he's happy with the direction the country is heading following the actions he's taken on the tariffs. In a cabinet meeting, President Trump says the country will experience transition pains in the path of the tariffs, but the country is doing well.
We're doing very well. It's been amazing. We had a big day yesterday. There'll always be transition difficulty, but we had in history, it was the biggest day in history. The markets.
Wednesday, President Trump instituted a 90-day pause in higher tariffs for most countries while ramping up the rate against China to 145%. Meanwhile, in the same cabinet meeting, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said U.S. and Panamanian officials have signed several historic deals. Hegseth says the pact is critical to push back against China's growing grip in the region. And we'll be right back.
It's on Friday. I'll be on the field. You're gonna be there?
Is that the football guy?
Can you give me a minute? Thanks.
So, do you have any plans on Saturday? I was thinking
Hey, is that the guy?
Dad.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Oh, I found Mr. Squishy.
Found her.
Here, there, everywhere. Reliable internet where you need it most. Prices start at $30 per month when bundled. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Some people in the Boerum Hill area of Brooklyn are tired of losing sleep over a new jail that's under construction in their neighborhood. Fox 5 Meredith Gorman has a closer look at how much longer the work is expected to take.
Construction on the new Brooklyn jail in Boerum Hill is giving neighbors a headache. Work has gone on past the normal work hours of 6 p.m. and continued overnight until 5 a.m. on many days. Nearby residents say they hear jackhammering at all hours of the night, have bright construction lights flooding into their apartment windows, among other complaints making living there a living nightmare.
The mayor is being very inactive on this issue, which is disturbing the entire area. It is not just the courts. There are people who actually live here.
I have 3 young children, and my apartment's right at the corner here, so it looks over this and you can hear everything.
The worst part, the construction isn't expected to be finished until 2029. New York City is behind schedule with closing Rikers Island, which as of now is set to close and be replaced by borough-based jails like this one in Brooklyn by 2027. Ressler says that the community has always been supportive of the construction of this new jail, but there does not need to be such a rush and disruption in quality of life while the jail is being built.
We're going to keep putting pressure on Mayor Adams and his team to do their jobs, to be decent neighbors, to care about our community, and we're going to keep getting louder and louder until they listen to us.
We reached out to Mayor Adams' office for comment on the situation and the pressure that they've received from Ressler, and received this comment. Quote, while council member Ressler publicly claims to support the rapid construction of borough-based jails, he is in private hypocritically trying to stall critical progress on this project in his district. The Adams administration is working directly with residents in the area to address concerns about overnight noise while still moving full steam ahead with the construction to keep our communities safe. Now, as I was out working on this story this afternoon, so many residents who live nearby this construction site came up to me and said, thank you for covering this. We just want our voices to be heard. We're okay with the construction, but there's no need for the rush. We don't need these after-hours variances just to get this work done. Reporting from Brooklyn, I'm Meredith Gorman, Fox 5 News.
Advocates from the Free to Pee campaign rallying on the steps of City Hall this morning, calling on the City Council to pass a bill creating more public restrooms across the 5 boroughs. The demonstration took place ahead of a vote on the bill requiring the city create at least 1,000 new public bathrooms over the next 10 years. The bill would double the number of public restrooms by January 1st, 2035, and establish the city's first public bathroom network. Now let's bring in Liv Johnson for a look at the forecast. Liv, how is it out there?
It's getting a bit cooler. We do drop pretty low tonight for 40 degrees, some of us in the 30s. If you're in Monticello, even parts of the Hudson Valley, some of that rain might be even a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of snowfall for your early morning hours, to be careful on the roads. They might get a bit slick. Tomorrow we're even cooler, just highs in the upper 40s or low 50s, and lots of rain like we saw earlier. The rain continues for your Saturday, but there will be more breaks on Saturday with just a high of 49. Sunday, some light rain in the morning, but most of that day again will clear up quite nicely. At least it looks so right now, with a high of 55. Finally, by the start of next week, Monday, Tuesday, it'll be a bit warmer and feel more like spring. Jessica?
Can't wait. I see 71 there.
I know.
Thank you.
We just got to get through this rain.
We will. Well, that's your news block for now. I'm Jessica Formoso. Thanks for joining us. Tune in to the 5 o'clock news on Fox 5 and right here on Fox Local for all the day's news as it all develops. We'll see you back here tomorrow.